Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of Castle of Illusion, the 2013 edition. Now today we'll be going on into Act 2 of the Enchanted Forest and continuing from there. Now as with the previous episode I had lost my audio commentary when I was playing. I recorded all these episodes in the same day.
To Misrabel now. The very air around him tingled with mischief and danger.
Indeed it does, as we see by these plants popping up. Or vines. And we get ourselves some ghosts straight back from the original version of the game, although I believe they were looked a lot more scary and the music was far more intimidating. But if this game's made for kids, I can see why they made the changes. Still kind of miss the atmosphere from the original, but never mind about that. We climb up here and ow! Fail to get the gem at the top. Oh well. So basically just trying to get the enemies to respawn at the moment, and failing to get the star to recover my health. Or, well, I'm actually getting it. So I think the only way to get it to respawn is to go completely off screen by jumping onto this ghost on the right. So far we've got two types of ghosts. We've got the green type and the blue type. And we can see the red type in the background. The red type have a special thing. Well, special mechanic with them. But, well, actually speaking about mechanics, we can get on to one of the points that I absolutely love about the original and this one, is that each level has its own set of mechanics that it introduces as you go along. Different, well, in the original I would be, can't exactly call them mini games, but yeah, different elements, which you can also see in, well, in this game between different acts as well, and just like, well, that ghost that just let us pass through. So that's the gimmick of the red ones. And, well, and speaking a bit more about what I'm currently doing, is I've just noticed that there's a path over to the left here from this ghost, and it brings us over to this statue, which, well, the castle statue piece. Now, there's, well, in each level there's a castle statue piece, apparently. And, well, I think I've collected about half of them, and oh, secret area. So yeah, I didn't find the one in the first act, and I still yet to find the one in the first act, so if you know where it is, then please let me know, as that would help greatly. So yeah, we found a nice little secret down there, with quite a few gems, so however, I am actually missing, if I look at my count, well actually, I'll leave that to the next episode. You'll see why when I get to it. Anyway, so we find these ghosts here and jump up top. And, well, gather more gems, really. There's not too much to say at the moment. These plants were taking, well, they've changed their colour slightly and they're actually shooting at us directly in the background now. Well, there are three, well, parts of levels in terms of the backgrounds. We've got the in this level, which is another thing I like in this game, is that you can see later parts of the level as you go through. You go right, left, right, and, well, so on and so forth. Anyway, I decided to jump down here to get this star and realise there's another hidden gem right there. Too bad it's not as bad as, well, sorry, it's not as good as the secret from down before, but there you have it. And yep, that's what we have, the red ones there. The red ones really don't like us. Well, I can't imagine any of them liking us, but really, jumping on top of them all the time, but there you go. Anyway, it's a bit of a hidden gem if you're going quickly up to the top right there, on the spinning, but there you go. Anyway, we start jumping up here, we go up higher, and higher, and higher, and higher, and we reach the clouds.
Found himself catapulted into the clouds.
Now clouds are, well, it's another bonus level, so it looks like in each act there is like a bonus level where if you fail and fall down, which I didn't do that time, as in falling off the bottom of the screen, or failing in some form or another, and then it takes you back to the main stage rather than killing you off or hurting you. There's a hidden chest over to the left here if you don't look too far, so be careful of that. And, well, I'm not too sure exactly where... Oh no, it is here, actually. There are some gems down below that just a few moments ago you sort of saw a cloud off the bottom of the screen. I didn't see it then, but in my rerun I did happen to see it. There's also a gem off to the bottom left here. Don't think there's any more off in that direction, but, well, let me know if you do know. I'm not sure if this music was in the original. In fact, I don't remember this cloud section in the original, actually, but then again, it has been a long time since I've played it. And we get ourselves a magic playing card.
Was back in the haunted forest, but this time with a playing card.
However, I did notice that I missed some gems, so I'm heading back up there. I was going to go through one more time until, well, it's going to go through only one more time to check for gems. However, I fell down quite instantly, so I thought, hey, why not just go up and try once more. Sorry, ghosts. I'm sure ghosts don't mind helping out the living. Well, actually, if you were a ghost and you're stuck in the world for some reason, well, I suppose it depends what kind of person you are, whether you'd like helping out the living or whether you'd be despised by the living. Sorry, not be despised by the living, but you would despise the living if you were a ghost. Something to think on. Are you one of the people who would despise the living when you die? So yeah, there's one gem that I missed. I thought you could jump up higher, but it doesn't look like there's a way too, so I just head along and we hit an invisible card, taking us back down. I was a bit confused as I obviously didn't see the card, but never mind. I need to be careful of being a bit too loud. I'm in a new flat, so I don't quite know how the noise travels. So we've got ourselves some more ghost platforms to jump on, and we bounce our way over to the right, and we see Miserabelle in the background.
Miserabelle taunted Mickey with her cruel laugh, but perhaps she was secretly worried about how close he was getting.
And we are getting close. So, at the end of this level we head into the caves, which is similar to the original. Although the caves are quite different in this version. As well. A lot is with this game. Speaking on differences, I was reading a lot of people complaining about, oh, it's like, well, it doesn't include my favourite music from the original, and so therefore it makes it a terrible game. Well, the music's not close enough to the original, which actually you can play the original music if you so choose. And like, look, this segment, for instance, is new in this version of the game. However, what does it matter? It's a new game at the end of the day. It's just inspired by the original, and that's what makes it so great. I mean, it's fully inspired by the original, which was a great game by itself, and looks like it's made itself a great new game, which, if I had kids, I'd be happy giving it on to these people. Oh, and I missed a few things in the maze here. Speaking about this type of maze, I actually quite like this type of maze, at least in terms of game design and 3D action platformer, because I mean, if you had this camera this far back, it'd be kind of pointless with a maze, because you could see the way you're going, unless you had some special camera stuff. But anyway, we reach the end of the level, Act 2, and we get to hear this great music once again, with me voicing over it. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's spend a moment looking at the score and moving on. So we get ourselves some new concept art, and I'm not quite sure where the concept art is shown. And here's me being a bit confused about the statues, but by the looks of it you need to collect both statues from both acts before it will actually show anything. So I'm going through the menus having a quick look, but then realise there's nothing in the menu for the concept art or anything. So no, we're not going outside, and I was looking for some other door or something you can go through, but no, nothing. So let's head on back in and move on to Act 3. Now, Act 3s in this game are just like in Sonic the Hedgehog, which ripped off heavily from the original Castle of Illusion.
Of the forest behind him, Mickey faced the next part of his quest with renewed courage.
Is a boss fight. It's not a full level, thankfully, but here we go.
Like all of Misrabel's illusions, he was no friend to Mickey.
This boss taken straight from the original. What? Actually, there's one thing, I didn't notice it before, but I really missed the boss music of the original. Ouch. Yep, the one thing I've noticed when playing these bosses, I'm not very observant, despite the fact I know these boss patterns by heart from playing the original. I just don't expect them to show up, you know, all the different things, for some reason. But yeah, this boss is, well, what they've done so well in reimagining this boss for this game, and the same with the other bosses from what I've seen so far. I won't mention what I've seen because if you've never played this game before, then you don't know the bosses. However, if you have played these games before, then you do know the bosses, at least some of them. But there we go, we finished the boss quite easily, although we did lose a bit of health.
Finally his. Now it was time for our hero to move on.
And so we get our victory music and our first rainbow gem. Now I was having a look at the audio settings because I was a bit confused by the music that was being playing. So I was thinking, there should be another piece of music being playing right now. I wonder if it's in the original. However, that's exactly what I was looking for. So we get ourselves our first rainbow
the castle
gem.
halls, Mickey now had one of the rainbow gems that would help him save Minnie. But he knew there were more to find, and the Masters of Illusion would not give them up without a fight. And
indeed they won't. So we can now climb up the stairs to the next level. Reminds me a bit of Mario 64, but well, it does quite a bit actually, because you need a certain amount of gems to be able to get through to the next level. Hopefully you won't need all the gems to complete the game, because I haven't been able to find them all. As I will show off a bit more in the next episode, which I have again already recorded. So just going around collecting some gems in the castle. I guess they're there to just help you out if you haven't collected enough, but really, you should be. If you don't have enough gems to go into the next level at this point, then, well, I'll leave that up to you to decide. But anyway, there's this door here that we can go through, which isn't a level door, but actually, I was a bit confused as to what it is, but as soon as I got here I realised exactly what this is. And I will let the narrator explain it to you.
The rainbow bridge to Minnie would only appear when all 7 rainbow gems were collected. There was still work to be done.
Indeed there is. So, yep, it was the same in the original, although you don't actually have control in the overall world in the original. You just went from one door to the other. But speaking of another interesting thing from the original, is the different difficulty levels that you play would give, well, sorry, between easy and normal. The easy, actually, I'm trying to remember if there are actually 3 difficulty levels that would change things, but the easy version only included, you know, a couple of levels from the entire game, from the earlier sections, which, well, was a very interesting way of doing things. So you'd only have a few levels, but forgetting about that, we enter on into Toyland Act 1, so we still have a bit more time for this video, so I thought we'd do one more act.
Mickey emerged into a toy box of peril, another of the witch's illusions.
And, well, this music. what more can I say? It's remade from the original and it's fantastic. Not exactly the same, but you know, it's pretty good. It's just pure nostalgia there though, so I'm sure there are many of you which don't understand this feeling that I've got. Oh, the nice toy soldiers coming down the stairs. I don't actually recall if that was in the... I know the toy soldiers were in the levels, but I don't know if they are in... well, coming down the stairs. It's weird, it's the sort of things I normally remember, but... anyway, here we've got a bit of a counterbalancing problem. Well, it's not too much of a problem really, as you just stand on one side goes down, the other side goes up. And that's a theme that will play out throughout these couple of stages, or acts. And moving on, we've got a few more toy soldiers to jump on. And we've got ourselves a magical hat, which moves us on to the next special stage. We have to go into before we can
Mickey
move on.
had to move quickly and carefully, for the cards weren't playing fairly.
And, you know, I have to say, this game does the special stages quite well. I mean, you know, looking at, well, this one actually feels like it could very much be one from Sonic the Hedgehog or something, but I'm just thinking they're all different. Okay, so the first two were, well, I had a similar theme to them. I missed extra life there, but I don't think I really need it. Doesn't seem that hard a game, at least not yet. Yes, the Jokers, as you saw, will appear and drop down. When playing this, it felt like a whole lot longer. But
now,
we get our castle
Mickey
statue
knew how it
piece.
felt to be a rabbit in a magic act.
Indeed he did, but on the other hand, he's now tiny in a standard playroom. Well, tiny in a playroom. I'd hardly call this a standard playroom. Mine certainly wasn't like this. Well, mind you, then again, mine changed a lot over time, so I was quite impatient as a kid. So, coming up to the right here, it looks like there might be... This isn't the way to go, so therefore there's more secrets to be found, and indeed there was. A few gems and an extra life. Makes up for that one that I missed. Climb up the springs here, and we find ourselves a chest with another extra life. They're sure laying them on quite a bit. When you're saying that, I do have a bit of trouble on the up-and-coming boss. And, oh, these clowns. As... This caught me by surprise for some reason, but I don't know why. I really should have known this was coming, because this is the exact reason that I hated those clowns. Is the wheels that come off afterwards. Oh. Straight from the original, great. Right. But yeah, I hate those juggling clowns. In fact, this level really made me hate a lot of these basic toys. Well, having said that, I still own a clock, which, well, it's broken now, but I keep it because it's like my clock. It's got some toy soldiers to the side of it with a clock in the middle. It's, well, from my childhood, and who knows what I'll do with it. I might try and fix it one day. But there's a bit of an area up to the top left, which, well, so far all the secret areas bar one in Act 2 of the Enchanted Forest is quite easy to see, but figuring this out is the counterbalancing mechanism once again. However, as you'll see in a moment, I don't quite go down far enough, so I have to jump back and go, well, bring it down just a bit further. However, I have to backtrack a little just to get back up there to collect that one gem. And here we are climbing, I believe this is the last set of stairs for this act, if I recall correctly. I've been through this twice now, as I came back to collect more gems, but, well, I'll speak about that more in the next episode. So, yep, there's the end of the level, and I realise there's a platform off to the left, so over to the left first, and we find ourselves our magic playing card, whatever that is. So anyway, we jump to the top of the level, and we find our key for the door. Hooray! What's happening? Hey! Now this is another section that was, well, similar in the original. It was a lot faster in the original, and there was no reason to actually collect the gems other than scores in the original. And also, I don't believe the jack-in-the-box at the top was there either. It's just collect the key, suddenly all the platforms disappeared, and you ended up running down to the bottom. And it was really intense in the original. This is not that intense. However, I did miss a couple of gems, which is a bit of a shame. 3 gems by the looks of it. Anyway, that's the end of Act 1 of Toyland, and with that is the end of the episode. So I thank you for watching, and hope you all come and see the next episode. So have a good day, and well, thanks for watching, and goodbye.